Uh, I'm not used to not being the headline act. I'll just start with that. First time for everything, right guys? So how's the coffee? Good? I wanted some water, but all we got is hot water, so my mouth is dry. So this being my first comedy show, I was trying to find something to inspire me. So I was trying to find some good stand-up comedians, and all I could find was Hillary's presidential debates. They were pretty funny though. Some people ask me how long I've been doing this, and I've honestly been doing it for about 25 seconds now. A rough start. So I'm a junior at Frewsburg, and you know how you take those tests with the Scantron, and it always says only use a number 2 pencil, and you're like, well, why can't I use a number 1 pencil? And then you start thinking to yourself, well, like, why is the number 2 pencil the standard? And then you start thinking to yourself, what is a number 1 pencil? What are there, like 50 Shades of Grey? It just got 50 shades darker. So high school is really awkward. LOL. I've gotten to the point where I just don't care what other people think of me. In middle school, you have those little squeaky voices you can hear judging you in the hallway, but by the time you get to high school, everybody's doing it silently. You just look over and the girl next to you in class is just like, oh my gosh, do you see what he's wearing? What is he doing with his life with that thing on his head? And then you look over at her best friend in the other side of the class, and she's just like, oh my gosh, I know, right? It's like, whatever. You know how in high school, about like 90% of the kids in there just totally ignore one another, and then you have that other 10% they're just super happy every day, smile, say hello to everyone. Everyone secretly tries to avoid those people. I actually make it a game. If I accidentally look at one of those people and they say hi, I'm always thinking to myself, oh, dang it, Dan, you lost again. And sometimes I forget to say hi back because, I'm just like so angry at myself. My face probably goes from like a somewhat natural to like from like this to in like a half second. So today in class, I like to teach my students what the key to life is, and that's patience. So patience is the key, and it unlocks a door to happiness. It unlocks a door to a stress-free life. So I told them the phrase, take the key, unlock the door. Take the key, unlock the door. I thought it was funny. Okay. I'm not a very social guy. I honestly don't really like standing up in front of a lot of people. I talk to a lot of people I know, and I'm pretty funny, but when it comes to strangers, I tend to make everything awkward For example, I was at the dinner bell the other day, and the waitress goes, enjoy your food, and I was like, oh, thanks, you too. I just sort of want to leave right then. Well, tomorrow's my birthday, or as I like to call it, 17 years of Dan. It's actually an annual thing. For those of you who haven't heard. Birthdays are so weird, aren't they? Celebrating life. Awkwardness. You know, I used to do a big party with my friends every year up until about 6th or 7th grade, and you know, this year I was like, you know what, we should do something. You know, I can drive them all up in my mom's minivan and go do something. So I found this, I was looking online for a cool place to do a birthday party, and I found like this really cool arcade. You know, it's in Erie, and I heard they have like great pizza. And I was like, you know what, guys? We should go to Chuck E. Cheese's. And they didn't want to. So that's okay. I think they're just scared of the animatronic band. It's okay. So I play volunteer basketball. Yes, the game that people get paid millions of dollars to play, and I do it for free. I know, you're all thinking I'm such a great guy. Some sports actually have a good reason for being called what they are, but some sports just need a little help. Like football, it makes sense. You kick the ball into the goal, you know? Baseball, you run the bases, it makes sense. But when you really got to ask yourself where they got the inspiration to call a game like cricket. Hey, look, I got a bright idea. How about we hit this ball with a paddle? Oh, that sounds like fun. What would we call it? I think we should call it cricket because it puts everyone to sleep. Or curling. Like if I didn't know English and I was watching professional curling, I wouldn't even be interested in the sport. I'd be trying to figure out what curling is. And what about curling? Is there anything about curling? Yeah, that was a bad one. You know, they call English the most complex language in the world. But I beg to differ. You ever wonder where they came up with that phrase? Like, please, no, I'm begging you. Please, I beg to differ. Please. Yeah, me neither. That's all I got.